So what if your mental well-being wasn't something that just happens to you? What if it was actually a skill, something you could practice and get better at, one small step at a time? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to dig into.
You know that feeling, right? Like your brain is a web browser with way too many tabs open at once. If you've ever felt that, you are definitely not alone. That sense of being overloaded is pretty much universal these days. But here's the good news. Science actually gives us a really clear path to get back in control.
So here's our roadmap. We'll kick things off with the foundation of well-being, then jump into two super simple but powerful practices you can start using today. From there, we'll look at the science behind the pillars of happiness, figure out how to fuel your inner energies, and finally, map out your own path to serenity. All right, first things first, what are we even talking about when we say mental well-being? Let's get a really clear handle on that. So it's not about trying to avoid challenges, because let's be real, that's impossible. It's about building up that inner strength to meet them with awareness and stability. It's really about shifting from being managed by your thoughts to managing them yourself. And this isn't just some vague, fluffy feeling of being good. Your mental well-being has a direct, measurable impact on everything, from your ability to focus and remember things, to the quality of your decisions, your relationships, even your performance. It's basically the operating system for your entire life.
Okay, so how do we start training this skill? Well, the source material points to two incredibly simple yet profoundly effective practices.
First up, just walking. It's so much more than just physical exercise. Think of it as a way to kind of untangle the knots in your mind. That gentle, regular movement helps quiet down the mental chatter and lets you find some clarity. It's like hitting a reset button for your brain.
The second key practice is meditation. And hey, don't worry, you don't have to sit on a cushion for hours. It's really just about taking a moment to stop, focus on your breath, and just watch your thoughts come and go without getting caught up in them. This is the core workout for building a less reactive, more peaceful mind.
And this right here, this illustrates the real magic of meditation. See, you're not trying to stop your thoughts. You can't. Instead, you're just creating a little bit of space between you and them. And it's in that space that you find the power to choose how you respond, instead of just getting swept away by the current. Now, let's explore the scientific framework that holds all of this up. We're going to look at the four core pillars that, according to the science of happiness, really form the foundation of a flourishing life. And these four pillars are super easy to remember. It's plus us, plus being, plus positive chemistry, and plus discipline. Just like the legs of a table, you need all four of them to create a stable, sustainable sense of well-being. Now, the key thing to get here is that these aren't separate items on some checklist. They all work together. They form this interconnected system. So when you strengthen one pillar, you're actually supporting all the others at the exact same time. Let's break them down real quick. Plus us is all about our connections, that sense of belonging, those quality relationships that really protect our mental health. And plus being, that's the inner work. It's knowing yourself, your values, and your emotions, which leads to a much greater sense of presence. Next up is plus positive chemistry, which is all about what's going on inside our brains. And what's cool is that really simple things like a brisk walk or spending time with someone you care about can trigger the release of these awesome mood-boosting chemicals like serotonin, dopamine, and oxytocin. And finally, we have plus discipline. This is really the glue that holds it all together. See, mental well-being isn't something you just find one day. It's something you build, one consistent habit at a time. Discipline is what makes sure the other pillars stay strong and steady. So now that we have the structure, let's talk about the fuel. The source material identifies four different kinds of energy that we need to cultivate and keep in balance to really power our well-being. And here they are, our mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual energies. Each one plays a unique, absolutely vital role in creating a resilient mind. Let's break it down. Mental energy is your focus. Emotional energy comes from your relationships. Physical energy is, your get up and go. And spiritual energy? That's your why, your sense of meaning and purpose. When these four are aligned, you become incredibly resilient to whatever life throws at you. Okay, let's zoom out for a minute, because this isn't just an individual thing. It has a huge collective impact, which is exactly why the modern workplace is starting to treat well-being as a core business strategy. And this has led to the rise of roles like the Chief Happiness Officer, or CHO. Now, their job isn't about throwing pizza parties. It's about systematically building an environment where people can actually thrive mentally.
So their main goals are things like reducing that cognitive overload that leads straight to burnout, creating a sense of psychological safety so people feel secure, and turning mental well-being into a real strategic advantage for long-term sustainable performance. So, after all this science and theory, what really matters is, how do you make this real in your own life? Starting right now. I want you to let this one really sink in. This is the single most powerful idea from all of our source material. Your well-being is not some fixed trait you're born with. It is a skill. And just like any other skill, with a little practice, you can get so much better at it.
So I'll just leave you with this one final thought. Forget about trying to overhaul your entire life overnight. Based on everything we've just talked about, what is the one small practice, maybe a short walk, maybe 1 minute of focused breathing, that you will commit to starting today?